Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy New Year. I know it's been a really long time since I have posted anything. Life has really gotten out of control, but I think with the new year, things are changing and I will be able to be posting more regularly. Just an update moving forward. From now on, you will see one yoga video per month and one food video per month, so you can be looking out for that. In light of the new year, I will also be doing a little bit of rebranding, so it's going to be the same style of uploads and everything like that, but my Instagram is going to be a little bit different. So it's going to be called Grounded Fitness instead of it's been Yogi Nation in the past, One Nation Fitness in the past, but I will still link that in the description box below. It's just going to be more targeted towards like fitness tips, lifestyle changes. There will be highlights from the videos and highlights from my food videos and things like that. But just a heads up, it just looks a little bit different, but I will link it down below. Today's video is going to be targeted towards digestion and movements that help with digestion. I know most people's New Year's resolutions is going to include some type of diet change. So this is just going to help keep our intentions focused on that, as well as keeping our body feeling good as we change our food habits. So for this video, you will want a block. And for our Shavasana at the end, feel free to grab a pillow or a blanket or a bolster or anything that you can put underneath your knees and just prop your knees up a little bit so you can relax a little bit more comfortably. With all of that said, let's get started. So we are going to start in child's pose. So bring your knees the width of your mat. Bring your big toes together. Press your hips back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out in front of you, pressing into your palms. Rest your forehead down on your mat. Close your eyes. Maybe start to rock your forehead side to side. Bringing your full awareness, full focus to your mat. Start to check in with yourself. Maybe you feel stressed about all of the new things coming up this year, any changes that are coming up. Maybe you're trying to work through some things from last year that you want to let go of. Notice anything that's distracting you, or that just feels really heavy in your mind. Press pause on any of those thoughts, any thoughts of work or school or to-do lists, and give yourself this time and space to just be still and to relax and to take care of your body and your mind. And start to check in with how your body feels. Notice your neck and your shoulders. Slowly travel down your spine, feel out your back, all the way down to your hips, maybe into your knees and your ankles. If you find any places that do feel tight or like they need some extra attention, just take deep, steady breaths into those spaces. And as you exhale, think about softening those muscles, settling a little bit deeper to your mat. And then bring your awareness into your breath. With every inhale, fill your stomach with fresh air. Find that link all the way from the tips of your fingers, down your arms, down your spine to your tailbone. And as you exhale, feel the weight of your body pressing into the mat, keeping you grounded, helping you settle in and relax. Let's take a big breath in. Big sigh. Let's do that again. Big breath in. Big sigh. And one more time. Inhale. Big sigh. On an inhale, walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Exhale, bring your forehead back down, still pressing into your palms, softly pulling back on that right hip, breathing into the space between your ribs on your right side. Just finding that length down your side body. On another inhale, walk yourself over to the right side of your mat. Exhale your forehead back down towards your mat. This time gently pulling back on that left hip, pressing into your palms, breathing down your left side. On another inhale, walk yourself back to the middle of your mat. Exhale it there. Then find an inhale, reach your left arm out to the side. And as you exhale, slide that all the way through, bringing your left shoulder and your left ear down to your mat. Pressing into your right hand, gently opening your chest towards the right side of your mat. Breathing into your shoulders. With your next inhale, unwind. Exhale, replant that left hand. Find another breath in, reach your right arm out this time. Exhale, slide that all the way through. Bring your right ear and your shoulder down to your mat. Gently opening your chest towards the left side. Breathing deeply into your shoulders. With your next inhale, unwind. Exhale, replant that palm, and we're going to slowly pull ourselves up to hands and knees. So take your time, find your alignment. So we're going to bring our hands right under our shoulders and our knees right under our hips. You can keep your feet flat or you can tuck your toes, whatever feels better for you. From here, find a big breath in, drop your belly button towards your mat, and lift your gaze for your cow pose. And as you exhale, press the floor away, round your spine, and gaze at your belly button for your cat pose. As you inhale, bring it back up. And when you exhale, press it back down. Taking the time to intentionally warm up your spine. Notice how your back muscles feel now that you've started to move. Maybe if your lower back or your hips feel tight, you throw in a couple hip wags, or even some big circles here. If your neck and shoulders need extra attention, feel free to throw in some neck rolls. Twist it out a little bit more. Just learning to listen to your body and give it whatever it needs. Take one more breath in, lift your gaze, big, rounded arch in your back. Exhale now, round the spine. And then relax. Twist those hips side to side. We're going to scoot our hands forward just a few inches. This time definitely tuck your toes and then shift your hips up to the ceiling. Find your first downward dog. Once you get there, start to pedal your feet. Bend one knee and then the other one. Press firmly into the palms of your hand. Grip with your fingertips. Pressing into the balls of your feet. Maybe you even grip with your toes like you're burying them in sand at the beach. Then start to draw your belly button in towards your spine, using your core to keep you steady and centered, giving your spine lots of support. Find some stillness here in your downward dog. On an inhale, lift up to your tiptoes. Exhale, turn your heels over to the right. Inhale, bring those heels back up. Exhale, turn them over to the left. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, bring them back down. Pedal a couple more times. Then from here, bend your knees, look up between your thumbs, and on an exhale, tiptoe up to the top of your mat, bringing your feet hip distance apart, making your way to a ragdoll or a deep forward fold. Press firmly into your heels. Let your head, neck, and shoulders be heavy, almost like you're trying to touch the floor with the top of your head. If you like, you can grab opposite elbows and gently sway side to side, creating a little bit more space in the back of your thighs, maybe loosening up that lower back a little bit more. And while you hang out here, as you inhale, think about finding length all the way up the back of your legs and then traveling all the way up your spine to the tip of your head. And as you exhale, press firmly into the bottoms of your feet. Feel yourself rooted to your mat. Pause here in the center, shake your head yes. And then shake your head no. Nice loose neck. Release your arms if you've got that arms crossed. Inhale, lift up halfway, bringing your palms to your shins. Exhale, back down. Inhale, halfway up, nice long spine. Exhale, fold it back down. This time as you inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time, slowly stacking your spine, one vertebrae after another. Once you get to the top, roll your shoulders back, lifting your chest. Pull your fingertips towards the floor. Nice long neck, nice tall spine. Big breath in. Big sigh. Nice firm mountain pose. Pressing the floor away, using the strength in your legs to keep you stable. If someone was to come push you, they wouldn't be able to knock you down. Spreading out your toes, gripping the floor. Find another inhale, reach both arms up. And as you exhale, sweep your left arm back behind you. Follow your fingertips with your gaze for a twisted mountain pose. Your feet are still firmly planted. Your right hand stretches straight out in front of you. With your next inhale, unwind, reach back up high. Exhale, sweep that right arm back this time. Follow those fingers with your gaze. Left arm still reaches straight out towards the front of your mat. Next, inhale, unwind, reach both arms up. Exhale, make goalposts with your arms. Grip with your fingertips like you're holding a football in each hand. Big cactus pose. And bring your hands to your back pockets. From here, inhale to lift your chest. As you exhale, gently press those hips forwards just a tiny little bit. We're not doing too much with the lower back, just moving it around a little bit. Bring that back up. Breathe in, reach up high. Exhale, hinge at your hips and fold it forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant both of your palms and step back into a high plank. From here, take a big breath in. Exhale, drop to your knees and down to your stomach. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back into your downward dog. Check in with your breath. Keep it steady, don't let it run away with you. With your next inhale, lift your gaze and bend your knees. Exhale, walk back up to the top of your mat and bring your feet back to hip distance apart. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big breath in and out. Moving through that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold it forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant both palms, step back to your high plank. Big breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down this time. Inhale, lift your chest for your cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back into your downward dog. Next, inhale, bend your knees and look up. Exhale, tiptoe back to the top of your mat. And this time we're going to bring our heels together. You can keep a little bit of space between your toes. Your two big toes, that is. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, reach up high. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Big breath in. Big sigh. I'm going to move through one more sun salutation. From here, Find an inhale, sink your hips and lift your arms, finding your chair pose. In our chair pose, we are pressing into our heels and we're finding neutral spine. So we're not sticking our butts out and we're not tucking them either. It's somewhere in between so that we have a flat lower back. And here, take one more breath in. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step back into your high plank. Take a big breath in. Exhale all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. With your next inhale, reach your right heel up behind you. Exhale, bring that foot up between your hands. Take your time getting it there. If you need to move it around with your hands, that's okay. Once you got that situated, spin your left heel down. Inhale and reach both arms up high and find your warrior one. So both of your shoulders point forward towards the front of your mat. Don't let it twist you open. Think about pulling that left hip forward just slightly and see if you can keep that right knee over your right ankle. Tight core, long spine. One more breath in, reach up high. Exhale, bring your hands together behind your back. And if you have sensitive shoulders, grab opposite elbows instead. But from here, we're gonna inhale and lift your chest. Exhale, fold it forward. Bring your right shoulder towards your right knee. Let those hands drift up overhead and then gaze at your left foot for your humble warrior. Bring that awareness back to your breath. With your next inhale, pull yourself back up, reach up high. Exhale, plant both palms, step that right foot back to your plank. Big breath in. Exhale all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. Pause there for 3 breaths. Bring that focus back in. All right, with your next inhale, reach that left heel up high. Exhale, bring that foot up between your hands. Remember, take your time. Now you get to see it from the opposite side. Once that left foot is situated, spin your right heel down. Inhale and reach both arms back up high, back into your warrior one, turning both shoulders forward. Gently pulling forward on that right hip. Keep that left knee over your ankle. Core is tight, spine is long. Being mindful of our shoulders, making sure they don't come up towards our ears. One more big breath in, reach high. Exhale, bring your hands together or grab your opposite elbows. From here, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold it forward. Back to your humble warrior. Gazing at that right foot, left shoulder towards your knee. Check that breath. With your next inhale, pull yourself all the way back up, reach up high. Exhale, plant both palms and step that left foot back. Big breath at the top of your plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale for downward dog. Next inhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze. Exhale, walk back up to the top of your mat. You can bring your feet back together or hip distance, whatever feels more comfortable. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Hang out there. Maybe sway side to side again, back to your ragdoll for a few breaths. And from here, we're going to keep our hands down on the mat. We're going to keep our right foot where it is. step your left foot back. And if you step it back and it feels like dramatically far away, that's okay. You can shorten your stance too. Once you get comfortable, we're going to drop that back knee, flatten to the top of that foot. Inhale and reach up high for a low crescent lunge. We're just going to hold it there for a couple of breaths. One more breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands back to heart center and pause there. Then take another breath in. And as you exhale, twist towards the right side so that your left elbow is on the edge of your right knee. Pressing your belly button softly towards your right thigh. Gazing either towards the right side of the room or your mat, or back behind you over the tip of your right elbow. Every inhale, think about finding length all the way down your spine. And with every exhale, softly press that belly button towards your right thigh. Not forcing anything, just being mindful of where our bodies are. With your next exhale, unwind and face the front. Exhale, bring both palms down. We're going to lift that back knee and then step that foot up to meet the right one. Once you get there, we're going to bend one knee, then the other one. Maybe sway side to side again. And then once you're ready, keep that left foot where it is, fingers and palms down. And then we're going to step that right foot back. Step it back as far as you feel comfortable. Then we're going to drop that right knee, flatten to the top of that foot. Inhale, and reach up high back into our low crescent lunge for just a couple breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, palms firmly together. Big breath in. Exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right elbow against your left knee. And then we're going to press our belly button softly towards that thigh. You can gaze to the left or back behind you over that left elbow. Being mindful of your breath. Next inhale, unwind. Exhale, bring those palms back down. We're going to lift up on that back knee. Step it forward back to our ragdoll. This time bring your feet hip distance apart. Hold it there. Head, neck, and shoulders are heavy. From here, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. Keep that right foot where it is. We're going to step that left foot back onto the ball of that left foot. If you need a little bit more stability, think more railroad tracks with your stance instead of balance beams, so meaning you don't have to keep your feet right in line with each other. From here, find an inhale and reach both arms up, finding our first high crescent lunge. So we're still trying to keep that right knee over that right ankle. This time your hips are right beside each other. Your spine is still nice and tall, and your core is tight so that your back has a lot of support. Take one more breath in. And as we exhale, spin that left heel down and open your arms up to your first warrior two. So our shoulders are stacked over your hips. If you have a mirror or anything in front or behind you, you can see whether you're leaning forward or back. See if you can keep your shoulders right over your hips. If you look down, you should be able to see your right big toe. If not, gently pull that right knee back. We're going to keep it over our ankle. Our core is tight, and our arms are actively pulling in opposite directions. And imagine that you're gently pressing down on two countertops. Gazing over the right middle finger, checking with that breath. Here we're going to straighten that front leg. Just don't lock that knee. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, flip your right hand, lean forward. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Little to no weight in that left hand, or you can wrap it behind your back. Reaching up towards the ceiling with your right fingertips. And we're straightening that front leg without locking that knee. An easy way to prevent that is just softly pressing into that right heel. Take one more breath in. Exhale, pull it back to the center and pause. Go ahead, bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna tip our hips to the back of your mat, like that. Find an inhale, tip it forward. So the back of your right hand presses into that right leg. And if you get down low and you feel yourself collapsing, pull it back up a little bit. You don't have to touch the floor here. From there, our left hand reaches up high, and we're still being mindful of that right knee. Checking back in with your breathing. From here, take one more breath in. As you exhale, now we're going to bring that left hand down. This is a good place for your block. If you have that close, just go ahead and set that here. So we're going to press that left hand into our block. We're going to pivot to the ball of that left foot once more. Try to keep that front knee straight. Inhale, reach your right arm up high for a revolved extended triangle or Utthita Trikonasana. And we're going to hold this one for 3 more breaths. One more breath in. As you exhale, bring that right hand down. Gently bend into that right knee. You can scoot that block in front of you, but keep it close. Step that left foot back up into your ragdoll. Grab opposite arms. Sway side to side. Maybe take a few deep breaths and long sighs. And once you're ready, release those arms. Step that right foot back to the ball of that foot. Remember your stance. If you felt wobbly on the first side, just go ahead and make it wider like railroad tracks. Once you're ready, find an inhale and reach both arms up into that high crescent lunge or Alanasana. So our left knee's over our ankle. Our hips are right beside each other. Nice tall spine and tight core. Long neck and steady breath. Take one more breath in, and as you exhale, pivot that right heel down. Open up into your warrior 2. So check in, find that left big toe, and if you can't see it, pull that left knee open just slightly. Trying to stack your shoulders directly over your hips. Keep that left knee over your ankle. Pull those arms in opposite directions, firmly pressing on those imaginary countertops. From here, straighten that front leg. Remember, don't lock it. Softly press into that left heel to help avoid that. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, flip that left hand, lean forward. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Again, little to no weight in this right hand, or you can wrap it behind your back. Big breaths, traveling all the way up the left side of your body and out the tips of your fingers. Take one more breath in. Exhale, pull it back to the center. Pause there. Bring your hands back to your hips, and we're going to tip our hips towards the back of our mat. Find an inhale and tip it forward. Back of your left hand presses into that left leg, reaching your right hand up high. Remember, if you start to fold forward, pull it back up ever so slightly. And be aware of not locking that front knee. Take one more breath in. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Find that block. You're going to plant that right hand. Pivot to the ball of that right foot. Try to keep that left leg straight. Inhale, reach your left arm up high. Finding your revolved extended triangle or Utthita Trikonasana. Watch your breath. Keep that core tight. It'll help you stay balanced. 2 more breaths. Last breath in. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Scoot that block forward. From here, we're going to plant both palms. Step that left foot back into your plank. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop all the way down to your stomach. Flatten to the tops of your feet. And hang out there. Let me take a few steadying, deep breaths. And then once you're ready, we're going to bring our arms out to the sides and make a big capital letter T. From here, pressing firmly into your palms, bring your right heel across the back of your body towards your left hand. Now, if you get here and that feels good for you, don't push yourself too far. But you can also tip over, maybe plant that right foot. Again, find what's called your edge. So find the point where you feel the stretch, but you're not in pain. Continue pressing into those palms. Breathe into your lower back. Feel that stretch in the front of your left shoulder. And with your next inhale, unwind. Exhale back to the center of your mat. Take a few breaths. Pressing back into both of your palms. Arms are out in straight lines. Find an inhale and bring that left heel over towards your right hand. Bring it as far as you can. Maybe you plant it on the floor, maybe not. Just keep both palms down. Notice that stretch in the front of your right shoulder. Breathing into your lower back. Next, inhale, unwind. Exhale, relax back to the center of your mat. Once you're ready, bring your hands under your shoulders. We're going to press up to hands and knees and shift around into a seated position with both of our legs out in front of us. Once you're there, wiggle around, maybe move your hips around, spread your seat out of the way so you can feel your hip bones against the floor. Feet are together, toes point back towards your face. Inhale, lift your chest, reach up high. Exhale, fold it forward, leading with your chest. Think about trying to touch your chest to your toes. Obviously, you will never make it there. You wouldn't have knees if you could do that. But we're just keeping that spine nice and long, and grab where you can. Whether you can grab your toes, or you get here and you can grab your thighs or your calves, that's okay. Find the point where you feel the stretch. One more breath. And this time as you exhale, allow your shoulders to curve forward slightly. Pull your forehead down towards your legs. And just collapse into that forward fold. With your next inhale, slowly roll it back up. We're going to plant our feet hip distance apart. Scoot your hips forward just a little bit. Keeping our feet hip distance apart, bring your arms up to shoulder height. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Using your core, try to keep it nice and controlled, slow as possible, until you're all the way down on the floor. Big sigh. Then we're going to scoot our hips close enough to our heels that our fingertips can brush the back of them. Press your palms into the floor. Flatten your lower back. Find an inhale. And as you exhale, press into your heels, lifting your hips, coming into your bridge pose. Squeeze your glutes at the top, pressing into the floor with your heels, keeping your weight in your shoulders, not in the back of your head. Breathing deeply into your lower back and into your stomach. Squeeze your glutes, lift a little higher with every exhale. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, roll it down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Once you get to the bottom, bring your feet the width of your mat and make windshield wipers with your knees. Loosen that lower back. We're going to straighten both legs. Take up the full length of your mat. Find an inhale, bring your right knee up towards your chest. Hold it there with your left hand. Drop your right arm out to the side. Find an inhale, and as you exhale, pull that knee over towards the left, doing your best to keep both of your shoulders down. And lastly, turn your gaze over towards your right hand. And close your eyes. Start to soften your body. Feel your shoulders relaxing into the mat. Deepen your breath into your lower back and your hips. Relax your core. And let the weight of your body do the work here in your twist. With your next inhale, use your core to pull yourself back to the middle of your mat. And exhale to release that right leg. From here, find another inhale, bring your left knee up towards your chest. Hold it there with your right hand and drop your left arm out to the side. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, pull that knee over towards the right. Again, keeping both of your shoulders down best you can. And then gaze over towards your left hand. Closing your eyes, settling in. Your hips, your back, and your shoulders feel heavy as you press into the mat and relax into your twist. With your next inhale, use your core to pull yourself back up to the center of your mat. And this time, hug both of your knees in towards your chest. Pulling onto your kneecaps, draw circles in one direction. Rolling your lower back out on the floor. And then switch directions. And then from here, we're going to fully extend both legs. Once again, taking up the full length of your mat. Shake out any movement or fidgeting that you might have left in you. If you did decide at the start that you were going to use a pillow or bolster or blanket, go ahead and grab that and place it beneath your knees. Once you find some stillness, close your eyes. Start to let yourself relax. Relax your feet, heels and your ankles. Travel up your legs. Notice your calves pressing into the floor. Your thighs be heavy. Breathe into your lower back and your hips as they start to rest and press into the floor. Slowly travel up your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Past your shoulder blades, into your shoulders. And then down your arms to the tips of your fingers, melt into your mat. Your arms feel like they're full of sand. Unclench your jaw and soften the space between your eyebrows. Bring your thoughts back to your breath. Every inhale, notice the soft rise of your stomach and your chest as you fill with fresh air. Every exhale, notice the weight of your body as you gently press against the floor. Feeling grounded and feeling restful. Notice any differences in how your body feels now compared to when you started. Your mind starts to wander. Just acknowledge that distraction, but give yourself space to press pause on those thoughts for just a little bit longer. Still be there when you're ready for them. Allow yourself this time to simply rest. Shavasana is most effective when we stay here from 2 to 5 minutes. Please take this time to rest. Give yourself all of the space that you need, and I will leave you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a few weeks. Namaste.